Hey everybody, Scotty Woodsman Nate here. So today we're taking the alternator off the 07 Saturn Ion. It's been acting up on me and not charging my battery. So first I'm going to disconnect the air intake, this one plug. I use needle nose pliers to get this off, and then I have a 9/32 to do this shroud on the throttle body. So I think I can just loosen that a little bit and hopefully pull that off. So I'll just set this aside. Alright, so the alternator is held on with 3 bolts. They're all 13 mil and they're the same, so I'm using a ratchet and a deep socket to get them off. Your positive wire is held on also with a 13 mil nut. For that, I think a wrench is easier. And there's one down low and 2 up high. There's bolt number 2. Now, so I'm gonna take a screwdriver and get this out of my way. That just pops loose. Now that's out of my way. So there is a plug on the alternator and a little tab. So for that, you can either use a screwdriver or a hook or your finger to pry it open, pry it loose. So there, I got it unplugged. Now I'm going to take the cap off of the nut to the positive cable. There, that's out of the way. So the nut's exposed. So I'm going in there with my 13 mil wrench. Alright, so that's disconnected. Now the final bolt off the alternator. And it should be free. I'm going to wiggle it off of the serpentine belt without getting the serpentine belt off of the other stuff. There's an idler pulley on there, and you can just use a 3/8. I'm going to try to use a 3/8 inch long ratchet to use as my tension pulley release deal. There we go. But first I gotta run this in to the parts store as a core and get it replaced. So, alright, this looks like a tight squeeze. Ah, dang it. Pretty sure my belt just came off of everything. Did not want to do that. That's okay. Let's see if I can get this out. I'm just gonna, I don't want to disconnect the radiator hose and make a mess, so. Viola. We got an alternator out, so hope this was helpful. I tried to do it fast and simple. So now I gotta go get a new one and put that one in. All right, so let's put the new alternator in. One thing with these Ecotechs, I don't know if it's the same on like the Cobalt or the Pontiac G5, but on the Ion anyways, for the belt tensioner pulley, you can't fit a ratchet in there, a 3/8 ratchet. So what I did is I took a piece of galvanized from the end of a chain link fence, and I took a 3-inch extension. I drilled a hole and put it in there, welded it in, cut off the 3-inch extension to make a little belt tensioner pulley that'll squeeze in there because it has this low profile. So that's a homemade tool. I'm going to stick that in the glove box so I have it forever. Maybe pass it on to someone if I don't have this car anymore. Alright, so let's wiggle in the new alternator. So it's going to end up sitting like that. Alright, so it's in place. So now let's see this thing shine. So it's kind of tricky getting it in there, so be patient. I think I got the home. Yeah, right there. So I'm just going to let that sit there. Now, uh-oh. Alright, it helps if you're on your pulleys. There. Alright, still doing the bottom one. Alright, so belts look good. Now I can take this off. So my little tool worked. Now we need to reconnect the positive wire. And that's a 13 millimeter. Not a whole lot of wiggle room down here. So you just got to be patient. Alright, is that snugged up? Now there's a little rubber boot. I want to pull back up and cover that. I don't want anything else metal touching that. The fine people at Saturn don't either. There, so that's on. Now there was a plug right here. And that goes in here. Alright, so we're reconnected. Now this went somewhere. Where did this go? I think I had to reinstall the air intake. Okay, so everything looks good on the belts. I'm going to recheck. All three of these look good. That's nice and snug. That's snug. That's snug. Okay. Alright, so we're ready to put the air intake back on. So this thing had a plug here. So that's plugged back in. Now let's reconnect the throttle body. And I had this 9/32 driver. Let's tighten that. Alright, so that ain't going nowhere. Now this little hose goes back on. I had it on with this needle nose pliers. Okay. And now the air filter cap. Alright guys, so now the last thing we gotta do is reconnect the battery. The battery's in the trunk. Well, here goes nothing. And all the lights are off. So I hope you enjoyed the video. It's not a normal video for this channel, but maybe check out some of the other stuff we got. Hope you guys enjoyed it.